After somehow surviving my first day in GTAV, I decided it was finally time to calm things down a little. At this point, I already had a decent sports car, a little bit of money in my pocket, and most importantly, absolutely no interest in causing even more problems. You know, maybe focus on the actual missions for once, instead of committing several crimes every 5 minutes. Unfortunately, that peaceful plan completely disappeared the moment a Lamborghini pulled out right next to me while I was driving through the city. And even though my current car was already pretty good, I finally found something that even better perfectly matched my driving skills. The only problem? It belonged to someone else. Now that I'm sitting in my beautiful, newly stolen car, it's time to head to my next mission. I had actually sworn to myself I wouldn't wreck the car this time, so I made sure to park my new expensive car in a very safe and responsible location. But now it's time for a little social experiment. So for this experiment, I choose a house owned by some random guy named Michael, put his employee down, sneak past some people and upgraded my ride. Now you might be asking yourself, how is this a social experiment? So the next step was to bring the car to my boss, but what I definitely wasn't expecting was that apparently damage in Michael's car was enough to summon him instantly. Like, where does he even come from? Michael also did not appreciate me stealing his car and immediately pointed a gun directly at my head, ordering me to drive to my boss's shop. And when I say drive into the shop, I literally mean drive into the shop. Michael then decided it was time to take matters into his own hands and started throwing punches at Franklin's boss, who, thanks to my incredible fighting skills, doesn't stand a chance against me whatsoever. And that was basically the mission. Yeah. After that traumatic experience, I needed a moment to recover, so I ran to a gun store to buy myself a weapon. Unfortunately, I was completely broke, so instead I had to take my frustration out on a couple of random NPCs. Which also led to this random NPC falling off a roof for absolutely no reason. What just happened? Right after that, my boss also calls me to just complain about Michael beating him up.
No loyalty, no integrity. You should have taken the bullet. My business, my totally legitimate business.
I mean, I don't know what you think, but I think Franklin did absolutely nothing wrong. He was literally just doing his mission. But whatever. So after all of that chaos, I switched to Michael and decided to play a little tennis at his mansion. Just a normal and relaxing game. And long story short, I won. Don't ask me how, we're just skipping the boring part. So after my victory, I decided to relax in the sun for a bit. But the moment I tried to relax, Franklin suddenly showed up since Michael had promised they'd hang out after the mission. I mean, I don't know if I missed something, but I don't remember him saying that, but unfortunately that plan lasted about 10 seconds before Michael's son called us in a complete panic because the boat had just been stolen. So instead of relaxing, we suddenly found ourselves chasing a stolen boat across the city. And somehow the plan for Franklin was to jump from our car into the moving boat. Don't ask me how this was supposed to work. But Rockstar's biggest mistake was trusting me to drive during this mission. Well, so much for trusting me to drive. But on the second try, I actually decided to take things a little serious for once. And this time, Franklin actually managed to jump onto the boat. But then I just stopped, because my dumbass thought it was a cutscene, when it was just an animation loop. I literally just sat there for 5 minutes, waiting for it to end. Oh man, I'm an idiot. But hey, at least I managed to save Michael's son after that. Unfortunately, the thieves were too fast, and we had to give up for now. So Michael just dipped and left me with his broken car. But after all that chaos, I decided to reward myself with a cool new paint job. And with the freshly painted car, I immediately crashed straight into another vehicle. Very nice. Anyway, time to fix Franklin's looks instead. Since the car was already ruined, I decided to fix Franklin's appearance instead. So finally a new look. Maybe now Lamar will finally stop roasting me about the yee-yee-ass haircut.
Maybe you got rid of that old yee-yee-ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick.
As a completely new man, I left the barbershop fully prepared for the next mission. Take a good look because this is the new drip I'm walking into the outro with. Don't forget to rate the video and make sure to hit the comments to let me know how you liked it. Stay gangsta, fare thee well, and until next time.